Okay, here we go. We are now talking about Volume 1. This is Volume 1 in the PowerPop Prime 9-volume book series. Yes, 9 volumes. These are 9 books, usually around 300 pages. Comes with a CD, sometimes CDs, although in this case, in Volume 1, it's just one single CD. And if you take advantage and pre-order this, you'll save some money, and you're going to see below here some cool extras that you'll get for pre-ordering and helping me to get this out into the world. Now, all the details are below. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to email me at popgeekheaven@gmail.com. This particular book is really exciting and very different. It has all kinds of different content and information in there, including part 1 of my top 50 CDs of the 90s in the independent power pop world. Part 2, the next 50, which will take us to 100, will be in Volume 2. That's coming in June. And there's also, this is really exciting, there's also going to be scans of the mail order catalogs that Not Lame used to do a lot in the 90s and the early part of this past decade. Over the years between 1995 and 2004, I printed and published, I think it was around 14 total mail order catalogs. And each of these catalogs is like a time capsule that sort of encapsulates and captures exactly what was happening at a particular time going on. And in the 90s, it was, if you were there and you were a fan of Power Pop, you know how incredibly exciting and vibrant it was. Every few months, there was just an explosion of phenomenally, mind-bogglingly awesome bands that were coming out on a regular basis. And every 3, 4, 5 months, I was printing up catalogs and sending them out to the mailing list for Not Lame customers back at that time. So, over the next 3 volumes, volumes 1, 2, and 3 in the PowerPop Prime series, I'm going to be I've scanned all the catalogs and putting them in, and we're going to have all the catalogs from 1995 to the spring of 1997 in Volume 1. There's also going to be pages of a history of the Not Lame label that has been written by Mike Barron. We're going to go through each of the CDs that came out on the label, and he is going to write sort of an independent perspective and retrospective on the Not Lame label. There were over 100 CDs, and there's a lot to write about, so it's going to be a very extensive feature in this book. And we are going to cover about the first 50 albums that came out in Volume 1, and then in Volume 2, coming out again in June, we'll have the rest of the label's releases coming in. There's going to be some other articles in there. There'll be some interviews with some bands of that era. You'll see the list of the people below. There's some very exciting, high-profile people in the power pop world that are going to be taking part of this. And, of course, it is also going to come with a CD that will feature a lot of the artists and some really spectacular artists from this era. It's this is the one I'm actually really excited about, because going through and organizing and writing a lot of the information and writing and reevaluating all these CDs from this era to come up with my top 100 list of the 90s was just sort of relit the fire. It just not only took me back, but it just was a very stark and happy reminder what an amazing time it was to be a music fan as the internet was coming on and becoming present in our lives, and we were connecting with each other, connecting with the bands, connecting with the labels, connecting with other fans, and trading tapes, and then eventually CDRs, and turning each other on to music. It was a special time, and these next volumes in the PowerPop Prime series are going to really truly capture that time in the history of this genre. So anyway, this is a little longer video than I normally do here, but this is because There's a lot going on. Please look down below and pre-order this right now and continue in the series. There's a few copies left of Volume 7. I think that's something like 9 or 8 or something like that. Not a lot, and I'm not going to be making any more copies of the book when that's done. So really, you need to order that now. Volume 9 have some copies left, but it's well under 100 copies, so you need to order that soon as well. Anyway, thanks so much for checking out this series, and I hope you participate with this and going to have all 9 volumes, which are going to be about this long when it's all said and done in the Power Pop Ron series in your collection and in your ears. Thanks.